Tony'sPicks.com. We're here Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Different live free picks for today's action. So make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. We want you guys live with us. Get the plays in real time and get the best numbers here with our picks here on the show. Before we get underway, just make note of a few things. Our promo code, you can save 20% off all premium pick packages. When you use that promo code TonyT at checkout, you can access our page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Capper tab, get signed up. Always love to hear from you guys, so post your picks in the comments. And visit our site, Tony'sPicks.com. We are a multi-capper site showcasing top cappers in our industry. Click the links to the hot cappers. Get signed up to our long-term passes. See the top cappers here. Ramon Scott for the year doing outstanding work. You see that 6,713 units of profit, all documented over at Tony's Picks with a great year as well. Collins, hottest capper last 30 days. Joshua here last 7 days. Probably coming with a strong day yesterday. Click the links, get signed up to our long-term passes. You will find our latest premium picks here center of the page, as well as our best bet tabs, $15 premium pick, 3-pack, multi-pack offering great value to everybody out there. So you guys go ahead and get signed up for that. If you prefer, you may purchase our plays on the a la carte here from our pick ticker with team versus team information. Take note here, you see the green labels here, late steam. At Tony'sPicks.com, we do allow our cappers to post pick slate between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. They are tagged as late steam. Long-term subscribers will get those plays emailed directly to their inbox. And of course, it's made available for sale about 10 minutes afterwards, after they post it. So be a little bit more exclusive here for the long-term subscribers, but we also allow them sold on the Pick Ticker guys. So check them out there. Also document those plays over on Leaderboard 2.0. Go to the bottom of our page, a more extensive leaderboard, Leaderboard 2.0. You can really get a lot of data out of our cappers here via performance, as well as checking out our best bets, $15 premium play in there as well. Lots of coverage there, guys. So check us out there at Tony'sPicks.com. And of course, we are all documented on the side. All right, Mindy has the afternoon off. It's going to be Ramon and I today here on the show. We're bringing Ramon right now. I think he's ready to roll. Ramon, what's happening?
Yeah, Tony, I just saw Alex Call with a walk-off home run for the Nationals. Chalk another winner up for my premium picks. Alex Call, he's been one of the best surprises, I'd say, for this bad Washington team so far. Great job.
That's right. The Nationals there. The Cubs are really struggling in this series in the baseball, so we'll see how they roll as they go back tomorrow. I think Steele will be on the mound tomorrow. But tonight we go to Major League Baseball here, as we have the Blue Jays and Red Sox going head-to-head in this one tonight with Gausman on the hill, the Dominican Brian Bello on the hill. He's not had a really good history here against Toronto, as you can see why with the numbers here. Blue Jays lane -171, total 8.5.
Yeah, I guess it's the stopper in there for the Blue Jays, Tony, with Kevin Gausman. In this one, they're going to need him to end this 4-game losing streak, and the Red Sox, meanwhile, have taken the first 3 in this series, all in high-scoring fashion. We've seen that Blue Jays bullpen, which had some pretty good numbers, all of a sudden kind of falling to the middle of the pack in the bullpen ratings a little bit. Boston's won 8-3, 7-6, and 6-5. Blue Jays on the road a little bit struggling with this bullpen and in this series now against the Red Sox. And the Red Sox, with this 5-game winning streak, have now improved to 17-14. They're building a little bit of momentum. Yeah, Bale, 6.5 ERA certainly, but does have pretty good ground ball rate. And I think the momentum of the Red Sox is what I like here in this one. Now, certainly Gausman has been very, very sharp, 2.33 ERA so far. The Blue Jays also hit Bayo pretty well, 19 for 48 against him. But I got a couple of Red Sox to look at, maybe to get to Gausman, including JT. Turner's got a couple of home runs against him and a 364 average in 22 plate appearances. Rafael Devers also 3 doubles against Gausman in 22 plate appearances. So I'm just going to rely on the Red Sox really to use this momentum. Their bullpen has been okay, 3.88 ERA, but they've done a nice job in this series. So for me, I'm going to end up here on the Red Sox on the run line, I think, in this one. Hard to fathom right now, considering the momentum, I guess it's all based on this starting pitching at this point. When you see a line right there of what minus 172, that just seems pretty high. But I'll add the handicap tonight at a reasonable price of $1.20 there. In fact, you see there at the sharp book there, it's basically a pick 'em on the run line. So I like that. And I'm going to end up with Boston here just on the basis of this winning streak, the momentum they have in this series against the Blue Jays. I think certainly they're expecting more out of this pitcher Bello. They keep running him out there, so they're going to stick with him. Uh, a little bit susceptible to the long ball, but I do like him. With that ground ball rate as well. Got to obviously slow down a Blue Jays team that's pretty good in the scoring department. With the Red Sox also pretty strong right now with their offense too. I'm just not sure that Gausman can totally keep them shut down here on the road tonight in this one. Interesting to note, we kind of were talking about on the show, Tony, seeing a 8.5 total here again with Gausman, I guess, an 8.5 total in Fenway, where we're definitely seeing some runs this year. I guess maybe Denver and Colorado have switched roles as far as where to get the runs this season. Been making fun of that as well, but I'm going to end up taking the Sox here on the run line. Bayo needs to turn it around, certainly, and maybe he gets a quick hook here, get into that bullpen a little bit. Bullpen ERA just under 4 runs right now for Boston, but I'm riding the momentum here, Tony, of the Red Sox winning streak. Their best ball so far of the first 5 weeks of the season, and Toronto's given plenty back here in this series.
Yep, Boston with a lot of high-scoring affairs in the division, 11-2 the over against the AL East. And Brian Bale, I remember when he broke in last year, the Dominican boy, his first 2 teams he faced were the Blue Jays. It was pretty tough to get. Of course, there could be difficult. This Toronto lineup really took care of him great. Hit him hard in those 2 starts. I think he was sent back to the minors again after that. And of course, he was pretty highly prospected. Prospect out there coming in, and going again off to another slow start this year, just getting pounded. This starter here for the Red Sox.
7.62 career ERA against Toronto. Just gonna have to trust me on this one, I guess. I mean, my notes don't have many, many highlighted. I take a little highlighter and kind of put the positives there. Maybe too much information sometimes, so I just limit it to that. I don't have a lot of highlights here in this one. Again, just riding that momentum. But yeah, Bello, 0-2 in 3 career starts against Toronto, and so far this season hasn't been that great. But you mentioned the overs; he's getting plenty of run support, Tony. They have won 2 out of his 3 starts so far. So Gausman, obviously, his last 2 starts been terrific. 14 innings pitched, no earned runs. Blue Jays have lost 2 of his 6 starts, however, despite how strong he has been. But again, they're starting to go over as well. They, 4 straight over. Well, they've all been this series pretty much. Those 3 high-scoring games, again, giving up 21 runs so far in the series to Boston. Some of those games have been back and forth, and that's why we've seen. I didn't memorize it, but man, I would say in this series, the Blue Jays bullpen ERA was. I want to say it was under 3 before this series started, and now I see it might be as high 3.5 ERA or so. So yeah, they've been hit a little bit by this Red Sox lineup. I mean, if you look on the surface of the Red Sox lineup today, it's not it looks like a tough matchup going against Gausman, but I'm going to trust some of these guys here. We do have the confirmed Red Sox lineup right now. Tapia, Yoshida. How about the job Yoshida's been doing for the Red? If I had to pick a guy on offense, it's been kind of their guy so far. It's Yoshida. Turner, Devers, Duran, Casas, Valdez, Kike, and McGuire. So we don't have the Blue Jays lineup just yet, but I'll take my chances with that group today. Give me a 1.5 with the Red Sox.
Yeah, a lot of left-handers in there for Boston. And just look at the Boston here in this series. 13 hits, 14 hits, 15 hits yesterday. They got that. Oh, I know it wasn't all the starters. It was getting to the bullpen. 13 men left on base yesterday, and they put across 8 runs. So they were all over the base pass yesterday. Ramon here, Red Sox run line. Take the plus 1.5 runs. Minus 120 against the Blue Jays. This is your late game. This is your only game in the PM here tonight. So get on board. All right, Ramon, take a look over at TonySpicks.com for today's action. Of course, Ramon, as we said, have been fantastic work. 6,732 units of profit. That is all documented over at TonySpicks.com. You can verify those numbers by going over to Ramon's handicapper page, and you'll see his numbers there. It's all documented over at the site. All right, Ramon, today we have action here from Major League Baseball. Still a few games left. We got that one big one tonight, Warriors and Lakers. Couple on the ice. What do you have going on over at Tony Spicks?
Well, gosh, Tony, my third game just went off so far, and Milwaukee's got a run here already. I haven't even flipped it on with these other games on yet. I haven't even flipped it on yet, and I see that the Brewers have already scored here, it looks like. At least that's what my ticker is saying.
First pitch, home run to center field. There you go. Home run to center field for the leadoff man. So there you go. 22 for Milwaukee. All right,
well, that was my other premium. So
Christian Yelich.
Okay, Yelich goes deep there. I know, there it is. Wow, and long at bat, too. 9 pitches there and gets a home run. So that was my third premium in baseball, and I guess my day's over. I just gave you this winner, hopefully, in the Red Sox game. Nothing left, Tony. Rare occurrence. Also trying to close out one other premium. I had a 3-pack today, so we win with Washington. We have the under in Mets-Detroit. 2-0 top of the ninth, and Milwaukee with that early lead. So we could get back up to that 7 dimes here with the baseball card before we head into this card tonight. And that card tonight includes a 3-pack. In the playoffs, there's 3 games. I got 3 plays. I'm involved in each one of them. Trying to turn my baseball crushed yesterday and a rare reverse sweep there on the playoffs. So that's where we've been making our money a little bit too, was in the playoffs. So let's roll with it though. Let's take that 2 wins here we're going to get, and then hopefully get this other one and roll it into tonight with a 3-pack in the NBA playoff game and NHL playoffs. 3-pack, $30. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout to make it save even more on that 3-pack. That's it tonight, Tony. That's it. 3-pack tonight. Lakers, Warriors, premium pick. Florida, Toronto, premium pick. Seattle and Dallas, premium pick. I'll get them tonight, I promise you. You just take a look at the handicapper leaderboards and see who's hot. And we're going to roll it tonight, Tony, that 3-pack. That's all I can tell you on that. We do have great stuff coming up this weekend. Certainly get the 7-day, the 30-day, the year-long, or that 3-day pass is about to be really, really good. Today you could get it, but we would like you to take the 7 days so we can get you all the way through the weekend and into next week. But with this week, we have a UFC card, Tony, on Saturday, so I'll be in action in that one too. They're going to Newark, New Jersey for UFC 288 this week. That's where the event is. So be on the lookout for that. If I could just cover that a little bit since we got our light card tonight. But got the big main event this weekend up there with Sterling and Cejudo. Cejudo making his return after 3 years of being away. I mean, he's definitely one of the best fighters that this organization has seen. He walked off on his own terms and started a family, had a little girl with his wife, and maybe just got the itch. And if anything, going up against Aljamain Sterling, Tony, who is the champion of the division right now, Sterling comes back 3 years without being in the octagon. He's, also older now too, I believe 36 years old, and he's favored in this fight. So if that shows anything, it's closely rated. I mean, it's almost he's maybe $120, but if anything, you can see the respect that Cejudo gets from the public as he returns to face the champion in arguably the UFC's most wild division. So that's a great one this week, Cejudo and Sterling. Also an undercard co-main event that's going 5 rounds with Bilal Muhammad and Gilbert Burns. So be on the lookout for a package this weekend in MMA from me as well, and you'll get that with the 7-day. Make sure you take a look at Handicapper Leaderboard 2.0. Take a look at my MMA record. It's right up there with some of my other sports that I crush pretty well. Host a popular podcast on YouTube with a top analyst, one of the top analysts in the world, quite frankly. That's just not me saying, I'm just going by what people say. So I get a lot of great insight from that. Part of handicapping is to listen to the experts. I watch every fight, and I've watched every UFC event, I want to say, since UFC 7. And we used to have to watch them on VHS tape, the first 6 of them. So I've been watching this sport forever, and I'll have a package this weekend in the UFC. But pick up that 3-pack tonight with the 2 college games and 1 NBA game. Should be fun. I know everybody figures this is the most exciting series, right, with the Lakers and Warriors. But I did mention on the show, I think we're all pretty satisfied. These conference semifinal matches, if you think about it, they all are have some intrigue, and we saw. Last night got kind of boring, but certainly the 2 heavyweights of the East in Philadelphia and Boston, good series as well. So let's get that extended package a little bit. If you'd like, use that promo code TonyT at checkout to save on the 3-day, the 7-day, or the 30-day, and ride with me a little bit. Find out what all the hype is about with my picks over here at Tony'sPicks.com. I'm going to be Mr. 7,000 hopefully by the end of the night, Tony.
That's right, guys. Got Ramon Scott over at Tony'sPicks.com. Flash that record again, 6,732 units of profit. All document over at Tony'sPicks.com. So we'll get on board there. I think we may have a play graded, so it's 6,832 now, as that play has been graded right now over on the website. So get on board with Ramon. I got the Nationals in. And, of course, as Ramon said, he's got his premium plays up for you right now with that 3-pack. Get on board tonight. You want to try him out, that Thursday 3-pack. Playoff 3-pack for the 3 playoff games in the primetime area. Or, again, instead of buying the plays individually, that 7-day pass is great. You can try Ramon out here for 7 days, all of his premium plays for 7 days, all those NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, as well as Major League Baseball, and, of course, peripheral sports. He'll have in action with that UFC card up there as well. So get on board, use that promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll save 20% off. Right, Ramon, before we get to find out more about social media, let's just go ahead and take a look at the scores. We got lots of stuff going on right now over on in baseball, everything in the afternoon here. And, of course, we'll start off with this one, Nationals 4-3 with the walk-off.
Yeah, Nationals do a nice job here, Tony. Like I said, I had a premium here. Nationals on the run line. I couldn't necessarily pull the trigger on the money line, but certainly they get it done today. Pretty good outing, certainly. I did tout Corbin as being able to come in and make a pretty nice start here. He gets kind of a bad rap. I guess it's warranted at this point, given his ERA coming into the game, but certainly did a very nice job today. 7 innings pitched, a couple of earned runs, didn't walk anybody. So Corbin does a very good job against this Cubs lineup right now that's slipping a little bit. The Nationals ended up taking care of the Cubs pretty much in this series with 3 straight wins. So Nationals win the series against the Cubs, and probably their best series of the season, certainly right there. And of course, Call with the home run, the walk-off to win the game. Lane Thomas also homered in this one.
Yeah, Cubs struggling at the plate. Only three runs here with Corbin on the hill. You could say it was another struggle there for the Cubs. Next game up here, as we take a look here, we're joined by Ramon Scott here. We're going to look at some of the baseball for this afternoon, and let's see what we got here for you right now. Let's get back to the screen here. We had Cubs and Nationals here, and I think we had, let me go up to my screen here, see where we're at here. We got stuck on the Cub Nationals for some reason. Let me see here. Maybe we're getting some odds updates here from, let's go to the scoreboard here. I think I need to, actually, let's see here. Give me 1 second. Actually, I think I know what we're doing here. Let me go back to Ramon.
Well, I'm glad you do, brother.
Yeah, let's see here. Let's see what we've got. We want to make sure we're square here on what's going on here. Give me 1 second here. Let me get the data back up here. I got multiple scores coming in here, so I just want to make sure we have Ramon here with us here on the scoreboard update. All right, here we go. Let's do this. There we go. All right, let's go up. Next one up here, we've got in progress here. Tigers 2-0. Now goes final again. The Mets lose again to the Tigers.
Yeah, great job by the Tigers. Mindy and I gave it out on the run line again. I was taking a lot of the handicap today on getaway day, but we did take the Tigers on the show with Eduardo going up against JV in this one. Nice to see JV back. Goes 5 innings, gives up a couple of runs, but it was all about Eduardo here, Tony. And I was talking about on the show today. Hats off to Eduardo. He knew what he was getting into with the Tigers. Nobody was going to the Tigers to win a World Series, but he's been very, very solid. And how solid? How about 8 innings of two-hit ball today, no earned runs, and just one walk for Eduardo in this one. Tigers get the win. Home runs by Green and Javi Baez. Solo shots in that one. Pair of solo shots off of Verlander in the first inning. He was fine from there, but just a little rusty. And, maybe some, I don't know if it's nerves anymore for JV. I'm sure he'll go back to being awesome, considering his great season last year. He's come off of injury before and been terrific, so I'm sure he will be solid. The Mets need him to be so, but quick 2 home runs at the top of the lineup in the first inning by the number 2 and number 3 hitter, and then Rodriguez makes a stand up. And yes, Tony, let's add another $100 to my total because I had the under in this one as a premium pick, under the 7.5. There was steam all day on this one for sure. Well, maybe not so much steam, but the line that was a big clue. I thought I was on it early, and premium winner.
Premium winner from Mets and Tigers from Ramon. All right. Next game up, we'll take a look here from Ramon Scott. We're taking a look here at the games here for today's action here, joined by Ramon Scott here on Game Day Picks. As of course, Ramon, as you know, top of leaderboards at Tony'sPicks.com has been on absolute fire right now. So you definitely want to get on board with Ramon's handicapper over at his handicapper page and get signed up for some of his premium plays because, as I said, this man has been hot. All right, let's continue on here on a little bit of a rundown here of the games in progress. Pirates and Rays. The Rays were up 3-0. Pirates get 2 runs here in the 9th inning here. A line drive off Adam with 2 runners on. Now Pirates still batting 2 on, 2 out with the Rays up 3-2. Pirates looking to try to take the lead here.
Yeah,
and the game is over. Strikeout. Adam strikes out. So we go final now here. 3-2 Rays win. Don't cover the run line because those 2 runs by the Pirates.
And that's where we were at, Tony. We already went to the well twice with the Bucks, and Mindy had to convince me, I think, a little bit. I was probably ready to take the Pirates on the run line, and she gave some great points. And I said, you know what? I mean, I still think that Pittsburgh has been a team of great momentum and a good story so far. Maybe they can get it today. I got ready for the show, was watching the game 3-0. So chalk one up for Team Steam. We had the run line here. It was that double by Santana. Home runs in this one, Tony, for the Rays. 3 solo shots. Walls, Arozarena, Yandy Diaz built that 3-0 lead. And that 2-run double gets it home for us today. Another winner for Team Steam there, 3-2. Rays continue to roll.
Yeah.
Just talked about Boston and Toronto, Tony, and their decent records. Forget about it, right? I said to Mindy, I hope the Rays don't pull the Boston Bruins this season if they keep this up.
Yep, Rays, this one is now final here. 3-2 Rays win. Don't cover the run line because those 2 runs pushed across with 2 outs and 2 strikes. But they do get out of the jam here for the victory. All right, continuing here. I get some of the scores in progress right now. Angels pounding Cardinals here, 11-7. It's been just a tough stretch for the Cardinals right now, bottom 6th.
Yeah, no Trout, no problem, Tony. 11 runs here, and we're only through 5.5 innings here. So I guess don't count the Cardinals out the way the Angels bullpen has been going. But I keep saying it now, because the Angels bullpen numbers, they're drifting a little bit to the mid-pack, but just seems like they don't want to get going for Ohtani in his games, and all the other games the bullpen seems to be more solid. So this one, Neto, a couple RBIs, but the big blow was Rengifo, he had 4 RBIs in this one today, and having a pretty good game here. He had a 3-run home run in the second inning to give him a 4-2 lead. They eventually led this one 11-2. Now we've seen the bottom of the order kind of come through for the Cardinals a little bit. Oh, it was my man Tommy Edman from La Jolla Country Day with a home run in this one. Also, Goldie had a 2-run double, so not over yet by any stretch, unless it's over, which it
That's
is
right.
right
Well,
now.
we now just complete end of the sixth, so Cardinals out. We go to the seventh here. Angels 11-7. All right, Orioles and Royals. Orioles so far in another slugfest here, 8-5 against KC Royals. I know you guys were making a case for Royals earlier.
Oh yeah, I took them certainly today. They're probably not out of it, I would say, even though the Orioles are finally getting theirs here in this one with that 8-5 lead. They were up in this one 5-0 after Santander a home run in this one, and Gunnar Henderson also a home run for the Orioles before the Royals started to strike. They have 3 homers in the game as well, so it looks like a fun day to hit at the K. It was Fermin. Lally hit a 2-run shot, and Kyle Isbell with a home run. So maybe some names you might not be familiar with there, but Royals, I would say they're not out of it in this one, and I might even look to get on something live here. But Orioles certainly doing it here. Not going to talk about the pitching, Tony. It was bad to start.
Yeah, this one already flies over the total of 9.5. And of course, the Twins and the White Sox. White Sox again having success against this Twins lineup. As Mindy mentioned earlier, what's happened to the Twins hitting? It started strong and it's been fading of late. 2-0 here. White Sox favorite we're dogs here with Giolito on the hill. 2-0, top 6.
Yeah, and you'd think that Giolito should be better, right, than what he's done so far. But this is the Giolito. This was today, right now, that Giolito that we remember that made such a big impact when he really was starting to find his groove. Today so far, Tony, 5 1/3 innings, just 1 hit allowed and 1 walk.
Twins push one across now, 2-1 now as the Twins just push one across.
Yeah, and Giolito, it might not be set to go much further, but Kepler looks like, let's see here, maybe I saw. No, I don't have it. But, this one so far tight, no doubt. Mindy and I are on the White Sox on the run line in this one. 2-1 right now. That's where we're going to go.
2-1 here at the top of the 6th here. It's the Twins and the White Sox. All right.
Correa, Tony. I had to look down. It was Correa. I had to look at the stats. I couldn't see that. Correa with the homer there.
Well, the Brewers talked on another one the first. After Yelich hit a home run, Tellez with the home run. Top of the 2nd now. Man on first here for the Brewers. Up here 2-0 on the Rockies.
Yeah, and I hope no one got the wrong idea, Tony, when I was tongue-in-cheek on the show today saying, boy, it looks like, you go in the high altitude, the ball just doesn't carry. You just don't see any runs scored in Colorado. And, well, with the results would say that's the case. But here we are on an afternoon game, a couple of home runs in the first inning. Take a look at your live totals, maybe. I gave out the under, so I'm not going to go against myself and tell you to do it. But the steam did come in after the show on the over. Kind of held it there only at 12, however. But if you got 2 home runs here in the top of the first inning, that might be something to look into live. I would think Yelich and then Tellez. You said your cousin hit one, so 2-0 in this one. I'm on the Brewers for my 3rd premium pick of my package today, and we'll see. Wade Miley on the mound for the Brewers, and Seabold might not be long for this day. They've moved to the top of the 2nd there.
Yeah, see, they move to the top of the 2nd in this one. All right, that was the live scores right now for Ramon Scott. Ramon, once you already know what's going on, we also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony Speaks Ramon, where they get more content from you as well. Another archive with the morning steam, and they're showing the books there as well. And, of course, they can find more content from you as well on the Discord.
Running out of games here, Tony, for Twitter today. We'll find something. It might be in the KBO. It might be in some Brazilian basketball or something. We got to find something here because we got premiums in the NHL. We got plays on the morning's team. I probably could just rehash some of that morning's team action for the Twitter followers. But yeah, follow me at Tony's Picks Ramon. I always try to deal out a play there. If you have any requests, meet us in our Discord. I often try to respond if someone asks for a request of a particular game. Maybe I don't get enough of that, so that's how I like to interact, giving some free plays. That's my opportunity to show people what I've got and hopefully get them on board with some of my premium picks. I get kind of bummed out when I see some of our crew, saying, "Hey, we didn't have a great day," and I end up with a good day in premium land, and I'm like, well. Maybe just put my plays in your back pocket. Spend some money to make some money. We got some great cappers in there, though. You don't need me, Tony. They often have a dialogue of their own going a little bit and kind of, handicapping as a group, which is a great thing to do. Talking about who they like, who they don't like, and how things are going. So it's a very knowledgeable group in there that I'm pretty impressed with our crew, and you see some of them here in the chat today. So meet me over in the Discord. I have the notifications on when somebody posts something. I hear it every time. You probably hear it going off here with me when I'm on the air. So it's a great place to exchange thoughts, ideas, post your tickets. I like to see the tickets before the game, not after the game. But I don't mind if you bring them up after the game because, those electronic tickets, no one, I don't expect anybody to waste our time and doctor up the tickets. So if they want to show me their winners, I like to see it also.
That's right, guys. So check out Ramon over at Tony's Picks Ramon for more content over at the Discord as well. Follow the link there in the chat room. Ramon, great having you. We'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Great job, Tony. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Got Ramon Scott here on Game Day Picks. Guys, we're with you on Game Day Picks Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. Be live with us. Get the plays in real time. It's time for my pick. We're going to get this one. We've got a game here starting in just a little bit here. So let's get the data up for you right now here for this afternoon affair here between the Mariners and the Oakland Athletics. So we're going under the total here in this one. Under the total here of 8.5. Between Oakland and the Seattle Mariners. And, of course, the scheduled starters here will be for Seattle. Really good starter here, George Kirby on the hill against Drew Rosinski. We have a couple of right-handers on the mound. I'm really expecting a good outing here from Kirby against this Oakland Athletics lineup. This is going to be an interesting game here. Cooler temperatures out here. We could also see some rain here. 42% chance of rain there in Oakland, 59%. Wind is blowing out, but I think we're going to have some damp conditions. I think maybe the ball won't carry as far here with these damp conditions over in the Bay Area. So it's going to be another one of those cold afternoons there in Oakland. And I'm just looking for the balls to pretty much stay in the ballpark. Kirby's put up some really good numbers. ERA 2.93, whip of 0.95, 20% K rate. Only 2% walk rate, which I do. I know Rosinski's coming up here. He spent time in Korea. The right-handers allowed 3 earned runs in 5 2/3 innings in his start against the Reds. But again, the Mariners are hitting just .218 against right-handers. Oakland .209 against right-handers. And Seattle's bullpen has been performing well. We'll take the under 8.5 here with Kirby on the hill and this backed by the Seattle bullpen in this one between the Mariners and Athletics. All right, guys, check out Tony'sPicks.com. Got my best bet up there right now on the board. So get signed up, if you would, over at Tony'sPicks.com. For my premium play for tonight. My 3-packs are already off the board, so go ahead and get on board with my best bet. It comes from that NBA game tonight. All right, let's continue on here on Game Day Picks. We went through the scores. Of course, let me flash Ramon's pick again on the recap. Ramon was on the Red Sox. Take the +1.5, -120 against the Blue Jays. I'll be on the Mariners Athletics under total of 8.5 runs. All right, that's going to do it for our show. We'll go ahead and bring in Ramon in right now. Going to wave goodbye to you guys. You guys have a great afternoon, and we'll talk with you